What's up, guys? 19x review today. Let's get it. All right, so I'm the type of guy that when a new gun comes out, I don't care. I don't care at all. I'm like, all right, I already got a bunch of guns. What do I care? I'm not gonna rush out and buy the new thing. So before I start this, I gotta give credit where credit's due. I only knew about this from Coleon Noir. I was looking at his YouTube channel and he was just slobbering over this gun. He was like, this by far is my favorite Glock. And you wanna know why? Because it feels and it shoots awesome. And I was sitting on the couch, I was like, man, he's really slobbering over this gun. I'm gonna go buy it. So a buddy of mine named Kevin has a BJJ spot in Mount Juliet, Tennessee. Go check him out. We were selling cars at the time at a Toyota dealership. And I was like, hey man, I wanna go buy that gun. So he was like, I'll roll with you. We went to the gun range, bought this, and I didn't shoot it. Came home and it sat next to my bed for like 2 weeks. So I was like, well, I might as well shoot this thing. So this is what happened the first time I shot the gun in the range. I pressed out. Now I looked around. I was like, did anybody see that? No, nobody saw it, nobody was watching me. But when I shot it, I was like, dang. This gun feels nice. It feels really nice. So let me talk about what it is. Everybody already knows, I mean, it's Glock. I haven't changed a lot on the gun. The only thing I've changed is the slide stop, and I got these Talon grips here, but you know, it's your run-of-the-mill Glock. Instead of the field goal post sights, you got the front and rear glow-in-the-dark sights, which I like better than the typical stock Glock sights. You got 19 round magazines. It comes with a 17 round and two 19 round, and it's tan. I mean, that's pretty much it. It's the 19x, so it's a 17 frame with the Glock 19 slide, and they just put it together. But something about it just feels good. It just feels good to shoot. Even like the trigger reset, like if I'm shooting, that reset, it's just very audible and tactile. It kind of pushes your finger into place. And it's just a really soft shooting gun, but it also feels comfortable in your hands. A lot of people say that Glocks are really blocky, but this gun doesn't feel blocky for some type of reason. I was trying to figure out what made it so different. And yeah, you got the 17 frame, so you got the full size frame with the compact slide. I do think that there is something to be said about having a shorter slide, because at the range that I'm typically at, there's a Glock 34. And when I'm with clients, especially clients who are afraid of guns, you know, I'd educate them how, like, the bigger the gun is, the softer it's typically going to shoot. So we don't want to shoot, you know, a tiny gun. Let's shoot the 34. And they're like, oh my gosh, the 34. And then sometimes when I'm demonstrating stuff with them, I'll use the gun that they're using. The 34, while it does shoot soft, it does kind of feel like, bang, I'm watching the slide return to battery. Bang, I'm watching the slide return to battery. Now I'm not, and I definitely can't outshoot that gun, but it kind of feels like it. Whereas this, there's slightly more snap than there would be in a 34, but it's still a full size frame, so it kind of doesn't matter. And it just feels like everything is very quick. Everything is very quick with the gun, but it's very controllable. And you have this recoil impulse. When you shoot enough guns, you're going to notice that guns recoil differently. So like the Walther PDP Compact, a buddy of mine has that. It feels like every time I shoot, it's It's just like all center right here. And if I'm shooting this 19x, it's like, it's just sliding in and sliding back up. And it's very predictable. It's a very predictable recoil impulse in my hand. And I really like it, man. They got the Glock 45. The Glock 45 is the same thing. It's just black. And people are like, oh, does it shoot 45? No, it still shoots 9mm. It's the same thing, but it feels different. And I've heard that before, and everybody I work with at the range, they all say the same thing. And we're just like, why does it feel different? The world may never know. I don't know. But it's just something about, maybe it's because it's black, you know, it's black and scary. So, you know, now it feels less controllable. But yeah, man, this gun shoots really soft. Glock has this slogan called perfection. Not quite. I would say this is a 9 out of 10. I think it can get there, and I'm going to do a few more things to the gun. I'll do a video about that later. But this is close. This is close. This is close. 19 rounds. Yep, God bless America. You should 100% have 19 rounds and more. I love the sights. The trigger feels good. Real quick thing about the trigger, it's about 4 pounds. Just under 4.5. And everybody who feels this trigger, when they press it, I remember a guy, he walked in to the store and he was a former cop and he's getting into competition shooting. And I was like, here man, check it out. Cause he was like, I might use that 19x and turn it into a race gun. Press the trigger, he said, huh, man, that feels good. What'd you do to it? Did you get it polished or anything? Nope. I mean, I've put, I don't know how many thousands of rounds on it, but he just kept doing this as he was talking to me. I was like, hey man, give me my gun back. Like he fell in love with it. He was like, I'm getting a 19x. I don't know, man. Maybe they just made this gun on a Wednesday. You know, they were like, we got some more days in the week, so we care about our job. Let's do a good job on this gun. Not every Glock feels this good, but this one's great, man. So I think that it's definitely a contender. If you're looking at a gun, if you're looking at Glock, I think this gives you the best of both worlds with the full-size frame and the compact slide with the 19 rounds. Not quite perfection, but I would say, you know, pretty darn close. So once again, shout out to Coleon Noir for spreading the love, because I would have never knew about this had I not seen his video. So appreciate it, bro. And like, comment, subscribe, all that short and sweet. Romine.